Hi everyone, it's Andrea over at Sewspire.com. Today I am here to show you how to craft the flap closure for our backpack and then attach that and finish the project. So I'm really excited and I just want to go ahead and jump in and get started. Alright, for the actual flap portion you're going to need 2 pieces of cotton fabric which are 12 inches in height by 10 inches in width, and 1 piece of batting that has the same measurements. You're also going to need a 12-inch by 6-inch rectangle of fabric, and you all had voted and the consensus was, or the majority was, that we would like the D-ring flap closure. So we're going to create the little tab that's attached to the strap. So to do that, or the little fabric tab that is attached to the actual flap, and then there'll be a tab that is attached to the bag that you can thread that through. So take your 12-inch by 6-inch rectangle and fold that in half long ways, and then fold that in half one more time just to angle. So you're going to cut from the base of this folded edge where all the pieces are folded, and just use your scissors to angle that just a bit to create this little point at the end there. That just gives this closure a little more detail. Now head over to the machine and stitch down the side and around that point and back up this other long side, and then leave this top short end open. Okay, now I've stitched all the way around those 3 sides, and I need to turn this right side out and press it flat. So you should just be able to use your fingers to flip that around and pull it out. If you have a little turning stick, feel free to use that. And then you probably will need to reach in there and poke out that corner at the top, and you could do that again with a stick or with your fingers. And now you just want to head over to the ironing board and press that nice and flat. Okay, and I have created this adorable little tie that will be attached to the top, the flap, but before I do that, I just want to top stitch all the way around this. Now you're going to take this angled tab and position that at the center point of your quilted piece of fabric that we're using for the flap. And you don't want that too close to the top because we don't want to accidentally stitch it. So just bring it down about 1.5 inches off the edge there. We need to reinforce that really good anyways, so we need some overhang there. Put a couple of pins in that, and then take whatever is going to be the top of your flap and position that right sides facing, so you've made a little sandwich there, and put a couple of pins in that. And then this will be the bottom of your flap here, and this portion is going to be in between the interior and the exterior layers. So you want to take this and fold it in half, and then just gently angle those corners to create a rounded flap. You don't have to do that. You could have a square one if you like. And then that's what it looks like. And now I'm going to head over to the machine and stitch all the way around and leave this top portion open so I can turn it and press it. Okay, remove the pins on the inside and the outside. Leave that tail long on that strap and go ahead and turn this right side out. You could poke out all the corners and give it a good press. And this is what it will look like after you've pressed it. And now you want to top stitch all the way around. Okay, and now the flap is crafted. Now we just have to fashion the little tab that the D-rings are going to go on. So that's made from a piece of material which measures 6 inches wide by 8 inches long. And you're going to create that in the same way we've created the tabs on the backpack. Fold it in half. Then open that up and bring those edges in to meet on the center point. And then fold over that edge and top stitch down both sides. Alright, then go ahead and take 2 1.5 inch D-rings and thread those onto that little strap. Fold it in half. And then stitch across that raw edge to lock that both ends in place. And you can go ahead and trim up those ends, just don't cut your stitching. And now we need our bag here, and to make this easy, go ahead and remove those straps if you have them attached. You don't want to have to be clunking those around the machine deck. Okay, so this is the back of the bag with the zipper pocket, and you have the 2 tabs for the strap attached to the top. Just remove any pins in the center and then position your flap in between those 2 tabs, and it's going to be sandwiched in between the tabs and the exterior and the interior layers. And then feel all of those layers and put some pins through them to hold everything. And now double check and make sure everything's nice and even. And you're happy with the spacing on that. And then turn the back over to the front. And that's perfect. This flap hits just as I'd hoped, right above that pocket line. So now we need to attach the little D-ring closure part. So we're going to position that right above the pockets with the D-rings facing down. You might have to remove a couple of these exterior pins so you can reach inside. And go ahead and put a pin in that. You're only working with just this exterior layer, so you're going to have to pay attention to what's happening with that interior layer. You don't want to stitch through that because you'll close up your pockets. So you're going to go over to the machine, fit this on there, stitch across this raw edge of the tab, then fold that up and stitch twice through that to secure it. now I'm folding that tab up, and I'm going to go ahead and fit all of this back on the machine and stitch 2 more rows of stitching. Okay, now we have that D-ring tab securely in place on the exterior of the bag, and we just need to take a few minutes to repin the interior and the exterior and just align all of that. Double check where your drawstring is and make sure you still have that out so it's functioning. Alright, and when you folded that strap over, it should have hidden that raw edge nicely for you. Alright, so let's just do a little test here and see how our flap works. So, if this were centered like this, I would feed that through those D-rings and then pull up on that, and that would just hang there like that. And when the drawstrings cinched in, that should be very nice. So the very last thing we have to do is put this on the deck of the machine and just stitch all the way around the perimeter of the top of this bag, and that'll secure the flap, the little tabs for the straps, and the interior to the exterior, and then it is really done. So let's get started. I can hardly wait. Okay, I've made it all the way around the outside, so essentially the bag is done, but I highly recommend you go back in and reinforce these top tabs where the straps are going to attach with a second row of stitching. The bag is done. I can't believe it. This has been such an amazing project, and I'm so grateful for your input because there were facets to this design process that you all contributed that made this bag even more spectacular. So there it is. Yay! I absolutely love it. I am so totally excited to load this baby up, and I am going to absolutely cherish it. If you get a chance to make one of your own, please, please, please share pictures with us. It will make me so happy. I am excited to share Joe's finished bag with you as well. She's been sewing along with me the whole time, and we've been having this great dialogue on Facebook Messenger as she makes progress on her bag. It's really stunning as well, and I know a couple of you are a few episodes behind, but I would just love it so much if you'd share pictures of your finished project. So this concludes this series, which ended up being 11 episodes. So if you're picking up with us here at the end, make sure you go back and watch the other episodes so you have all the details on how to make this bag. I will be back. It won't be too long, and I'll be back with another series for you. If you subscribe to my newsletter over at Sewspire.com, then you already got a preview of what the next series is going to be. It's going to be slip covers, not in the sense like sofas or anything like that, even though you'll be able to apply the same skills if you need to cover your sofa. but much smaller home decor furnishing projects. We're gonna slip cover a variety of items, so I'm very excited about that. Till we meet again, my friends, the creative genius in me salutes the creative genius in you. Have a beautiful day.